Good afternoon, Bob Dalton coming to you from Allendale's trading floor here in a very snowy McHenry, Illinois. We had 18.5 inches of snow fall on us last night, and that caused the Board of Trade to open up the pits about a half hour later than usual. So we did have a half hour of trade this morning where it was electronics only, and then at 10 o'clock the pits jumped in here and started trading grains as well. So what happened today? Well, corn, after making new contract highs overnight, did pull back a little bit into the close here today. These are last trade prices, not settlements, but we did trade up 1.5 on the day. Last trade 667.5 on the March. We had diesel 11 get up over $6 as well this morning, so that's something to note for those of you looking to forward contract or get hedging done. Diesel 11 was above $6 today for the first time. Soybeans up 8 today at 14.46. We got news that the strike in Argentina has ended, and they are going to start exporting grain again. So that held a little bit of pressure on the grains here today as they tried to go make new contract highs and close up there. We did see some selling in both the corn and a pullback in the soybeans here about midday, and then into the close they were unable to grab much strength. However, we did see a lot of strength in the wheat market today. March wheat, Chicago, 861.25 last trade. That's up 25.5 on the day. So this news from the Middle East and Egypt continuing to be friendly in the wheat market as those prices continue to rise here. I believe that's the third session in a row we've seen higher wheat prices, significantly higher wheat prices. So keep an eye on that wheat market as well. The dollar and crude oil today not giving us too much direction. Right now the dollar up about 19.7738 is where that sits, and crude oil up only 15 cents on the day at 90.92. That is trading in the middle of the range. Back to the dollar for a second here. We did go down to 77 points on the index, held some psychological support there today. That was the low, 77 even, and like I said, we're trading at 77.38 right now. Over to the cattle. Very exciting day in the cattle market today. We opened up higher, and it looked like in the fat cattle contracts we were going to go try to take out last week's highs. And instead of taking out last week's highs, we actually watched these markets do a 180 and start pulling themselves back significantly. At one point, I would have bet that the feeders were going to be limit down. They got very, very close today. Like I said, at one point during the session, they finished off of their lows. We had fat cattle down $1.25 today at 107.75. 109.05 was the high. Feeder cattle, 125.77.5 in the March, down $1.70. We had a full $1 off of the lows at the close. We were $1.40 off of the highs in that feeder market. So why would the cattle do that? Well, there's some debate out there that now that we've had these large snowstorms in cities like Chicago, and the storm is now going out east, and New York may get a little taste of it as well, demand is going to pull back. People are not going to be able to get out to the restaurants and order the top shelf cuts of meat, and they're not going to go in and double up the next time they do go to a restaurant. So although we do have some stress on the cattle right now, and folks I talk to out in Nebraska are telling me that they're anticipating these cattle be lighter, they're going to have to push more corn down them and what have you due to the stress of the cold and the snow that has fallen out there this week. On the other end of things, you're also not going to see people waiting to get into restaurants because the travel is restricted due to all this snow. So you had the two conflicting discussions going on here today, and as it turns out, we did go lower off of I'm going to say the same reason why we were going up, because of the snow, just for a different aspect of the cattle demand right now actually being pulled back a little bit because of the storms. So that's what we saw in the livestock today, as well as the grains. We're going to go ahead and close up shop for the rest of the day here, get home and dig out our houses so that the rest of our families can be mobile here today. If you have any questions, please feel free to call us. We should be back and running at 100% tomorrow come about 7 o'clock in the morning. 800-262-7538 is the number, and as always, the website is up and running, www.allendale-inc.com. Thank you very much and have a great day.